Hello, my gods and goddesses. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 5 best manifestation tips that I've used for my life, and these are tips that actually work. Okay. Before we even get started, I just want to make sure that you are in a safe space to even begin this work. So, my first question to you would be, how is your nervous system? How are you feeling? And I want you to take a moment, if you could grab a notebook and just jot down how you feel. Pause this video for like a couple of minutes and write that down. And tell yourself how you're feeling right now and what led you to this video. Because this video came to your timeline at a particular time in your life where you needed it. You needed to hear this message. And it also came in my time in my life where I feel like I am strong enough to share this message. So I hope you go off and you spread the joy that you got from this video. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so I just want you to know that manifestation, I wrote some notes down, so forgive me if I'm like looking off to the side. I just want to make sure that I get everything out. I just want you to know that manifestation is a lot more than visualizing work and staying positive. Manifestation is about you being aligned to the things that you want. And the reason why I asked about your nervous system is because I need you to check in with your nervous system, because your nervous system is the energy, it is the electrical impulse that is sending messages, that is creating your aura, sending messages out into the universe to let the universe know that you are bringing in information, bringing in what you really desire, but you have to send that out. But if your nervous system is full of trauma, is full of pain, that's what you're going to emit and that's what you're going to project. So it's really about alignment. So the first way, well, the official first way, is to get clear on the life you actually want to manifest. You have to stop saying, I want. I want you to start saying, look at me, I think you should start saying, I know you should start saying, you should start saying, you are currently saying, thank you to the universe for gifting you the life that you really wanted. How does your best life feel on a normal day? When you're in that mind space of manifesting, I want you to close your eyes and pretend and send your body there, because your body doesn't know the difference. What will happen is you will build these electrical impulses that it will send out, and it'll be like, wait a minute, we're not supposed to be here, so what's going on? Like, I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. So most of the time, even if it's at work for like 2 minutes, just sit down and think to yourself, where am I supposed to be? Constantly throughout the day, send those impulses so that it can push out what you're really looking for. So let me ask you a couple of questions. I want you to imagine your day. I'm going to say it's a Tuesday. How does that Tuesday feel for you? What time did you wake up? How does your body feel? What kind of conversations are you having first? What stresses you? What doesn't anymore? So remember that manifestation responds to your emotional frequency. I want to go back to what stresses you and what doesn't anymore. Do you have new stresses? But are these better stresses than what you have now? Be clear on that intention. Be clear on what you're trying to manifest and bring into your life. So tonight, I want you to take that feeling, or now, and the paper that I told you to get, the notebook that I told you to get, I want you to write down a day in my life. No pressure. Nobody's watching your shoulder. I want you to dream as big as you can dream. Pretend like you are Aladdin and I just gave you this genie. And I'm telling you, dream whatever you want. And I want you to write that down. And I want your nervous system to channel into what you're writing. So be very intentional about what you want. There's no pressure here. Nobody's watching you. You have the right to dream whatever you want into existence. Don't let anybody get into your mind and tell you that you can't, because I'm telling you that you can. Okay? Second way, let's be mindful of how we're manifesting. Are we manifesting from a place of survival? Check your nervous system again. This is another nervous system check. I should really call this how to manifest with your nervous system. Your best life is not going to come from a place of exhaustion. You're going to come, it comes from stability, softness, and that you trust yourself. So right now, what I want you to do is think about a daily ritual that in your future life you are going to do. So you need one ritual that you're going to do every single day that you will always do in your for your future self. So for me, I always get dressed well every single day, even if I'm not going anywhere. I put my makeup on, I put on a nice outfit, I always adorn myself in some sort of jewelry because I deserve this. I deserve, as a goddess, to cover my body in greatness. I deserve to cover myself with what I perceive as beauty and beautiful because I embody that. And I will embody that now and for my future self. So both of us get to experience what we're building. So it's important for you to pick something. It could be anything. It could be making sure you have good skincare. It could be always making sure that your bed is made up. Always making sure that your dishes are clean. I don't know. You pick something that in your life it will make sense. What one thing that you can do that you will do that will align with your future. Okay? So make sure to write that down though. Become inconvenient to what no longer serves you. Your best life requires boundaries. Let me tell you something. When I first started my manifestation of self journey, my attraction journey, I've attracted things that I don't want to share those attraction right now with you. Once we get to know each other a little bit better, then I will. But I've attracted the most beautiful things into my life. One of them I will share, my art business. I couldn't tell you. I sold so many. I probably sold like 80 art pieces, and I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. The first, I don't know, year I started doing art, oh my goodness, I made so much money then. And what I did was I wanted to find an avenue where money could flow through me, and it flowed through me so easily, and I chose the path of least resistance. And let me tell you, I didn't go to art school. I don't think my artwork is like, that amazing like art piece that, like, you know what I mean? Because I know like some people, like, they go to art school and their artwork is just to die for. But mine, I think what it did was it resonated with like some softness in people. I don't know. I like to say that my artwork brings softness. And so I love working with really big canvases. I feel free to explore on those canvases. And I use that love to manifest financial gain. And I won so many things, y'all. I won. I'm going to show you some of the things. The city, my mayor gave me a citation, like of recognition for the city as an official artist of the city. Like, it just kept pouring in, and it was the universe's way, or God's way, whatever that you believe in, of channeling that to me. So manifestation, so only make room to manifest the things that you want, and push away the things that no longer serve you. Okay, so if your goal is to go back to school, then you might not want to hang out with the friends that aren't thinking about going back to school, because they might discourage you. So you also have to be careful with the people that you put around you, because they can't see you as your greatest self. I know that sounds weird, because they know you as who you are now. And so they will always see you as who you are now, because who you are becoming only exists in your mind. You're the only one that has access to that person right now. But soon they will. And And that is why friends will stop being your friend after you evolve. And it's nothing wrong. It's just evolution. That's what happens, because you are no longer who they wanted you to be or who they were comfortable with you being. You became a little bit more than that. And what you attract, you get more of. So if you keep accepting less, you're gonna get less respect, less support, less peace. You're signaling to the world that I want less. And I know that you don't. Okay, that's why we're all here. I want you to ask yourself this question: what am I saying yes to that my future self would gently decline? So if you are whoever that you are in this future self of yours, how would they respond to somebody talking to you crazy? How would they respond to somebody talking to you nice? So I want you to think about all of those things and align yourself with your own power. So way number 4, act like the version of yourself that already exists. And this is where things get a little tricky, because manifestation works faster when your action matches your beliefs. But sometimes when you want to manifest more for yourself, your friends and family, like I said, might not see it. But you have to believe that you are that person. You have to believe that you are going to manifest who you are, so that it can slowly come into fruition. And then over time, they will accept it. But in the beginning, they're not going to. So this is not about perfection. It's about you trusting yourself. The version of you living your best life doesn't chase, beg, or panic. You're going to move with intention because you know who you are. And when you know who you are and you're confident in who you are, nobody's going to say anything crazy to you. Nobody's going to. And trust me. Because you could look at them like, okay, aunt. And don't get caught up in labels and names that people like to throw on you, like you're this, you're that, you've changed, to try to guilt trip you. Just be like, okay, I'll be whatever it is that you need me to be for your storyline right now. But I'm in my storyline, okay? I'm in my flow, my bag, my everything. So I'm going to need you guys to back up. So the next time you have to make a major decision, I want you to ask yourself, will my future self also make this decision? And whatever that your future self would do that. And the last thing is detach from timing, not desire. This is where I think a lot of people get stuck. You are allowed to want more. You're allowed to desire a beautiful life. You're allowed to desire an abundant life. But attached to when and how. Attaching to when and how creates resistance. The universe does not work in a linear fashion. Okay? So I want you to think about your future self as your present self, because you will presently be there one day, right? As your present self. You are yourself in the past. You hear what I'm saying? You are the past version of your future self. So you have to build that character out, but you cannot worry about the time. The time it will happen when it will happen. But if you consistently stay on that trajectory, if you consistently stay in that mind space, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about time. Let me tell you something. It took me 7 years, I think 7 years, maybe 6 years, to get my bachelor's degree. But I have never been, the reason why I think manifestation works so much for me is because I have never been somebody to think about time. Like, when I sold those art projects, I know that there were people that were in the same group of me that have been dying to sell artwork forever. They weren't selling anything, and they've been in the game longer than me. And then here I come, and I'm selling out the door. So time doesn't matter. All those extra things outside of you don't matter. Just focus on what's going on inside of you and what your energy is emitting. Like, even with this channel, I'm starting this channel because I feel like now in my life I've manifested so much that, like, I'm done like buying stuff. I have so many things, like, I just have things. But now I want to like give back to the people. And I have gained so much knowledge from, like, my other teachers that I want to share with you. So try your best to align yourself with what you need. Detachment doesn't mean giving up. It means that you're trusting what's meant for you cannot miss you. And when impatience shows up, I want you to say, I release urgency and I choose to trust myself. So, tell me what you think. Do you have any manifestation tools that you've been using that you'd like to talk about? Please leave them in the comments below. And as always, remember who you are and who you're becoming. And that's all I got from you. Okay, let me make sure that I've said everything that I was supposed to say. It's about remembering who you are when you're not afraid. Choose one of these things to work on this week. That's what I was going to tell you guys, but you guys don't have to. You can choose to just ponder about this and just write this in your journal. And if any of this resonated with you, leave me a comment below and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you have another video you want me to do, let me know. Bye.